Well, if it isn't already obvious, I'm in Goa. The plan for today's ride was to show you a beautiful sunrise in the paddy fields of Curtorim. Now, unfortunately, I didn't wake up on time and the sun has already risen. It's been up there for over half an hour, really. And the other problem is that it's a bit of an overcast day. Now, I've always wondered why these are called paddy fields and not rice fields. Have you wondered about this too? Doesn't matter. I'm going to tell you anyway. What's growing in these fields is paddy, and you get rice only once you remove the husk from the paddy. Now you know. Oh well, so we missed the sunrise and you still can't quite see the sun, but I'll take riding through these fields any day, any time, any condition. The awesome part about riding in Goa is you're typically very close to places like this. Like from the heart of the city, Margao, it took me about 30 minutes at a very easy pace to reach these fields. And you'll find spots like these in many places across the state. If you go back to the main road, you can take another turn later to ride alongside these same fields. So we're now on the other side of the fields we just rode through, and these fields really are why Curtorim is called the rice bowl of Goa, or maybe the rice bowl of Salset, South Goa. If you follow this road, you will ultimately get to the Zuari River, which flows past quite a few of the villages here. I was lucky to also see a bunch of Brahmini kites in action. So behind me is St. Eric's Church. I don't know how well you can see it from here, but it's over 400 years old. And now up here, can't really see the hill, but there's a chapel and there's a 15% climb leading up to it. Now, granted it's only 400 meters long, but only 3 people have ridden up, including myself. Part of that reason could be that you can't really do that climb on anything other than an MTB. You'll soon see why. So this climb starts out rather tamely, and just when you begin to think, hey, this isn't so bad, you turn the corner and see this. You can't really sense this on camera, but this section is probably 16 to 17%. As if things weren't bad enough already, the paved surface now gives way to mud. Let's check the climb out on Velo Viewer. Mostly orange, red, dark red. Yeah, those colors do match reality. So I'm going to wait for my heart rate to stabilize a bit before the next half, which is much worse. Much worse. So, about 2/3 of the way done. The hardest part is really this terrain. If you stop, and I've got to, it's very difficult to get started again. Look at that. Let's jump ahead to the last bit, where the gradient eases off significantly. By taking fewer breaks, I managed to do this twice as fast as my first attempt, but still number 3. I'm hoping you guys tried and pushed me much farther down.
Road is there inside.
From there?
Yeah, beside road.
But it goes higher.
Apparently there are trails that go farther up still, but I wasn't in the mood for more uphill exploration. The route back down can be a lot of fun for skilled riders. For me, it was mostly a slidey breakfast. I'm now riding towards the small village of Rachol through the neighboring village of Raia. This is the Rachol historical fort gate, which is all that remains of a fort that existed here. It's over 500 years old.
So this is the Rachol Seminary. I think it's over 400 years old as well. A lot of old things on today's ride. And The interesting part is that my great uncle, Father George Nazareth, used to be the rector here for a little while. We are heading now to the ferry terminal. Don't think we'll take the ferry, but something more interesting planned. So, more old things for us. This is the Rachol historical bridge. I think it's about 500 years old as the fort gate we just rode through. And this, I think, is the remains of an old moat that used to encircle the fort. Now, look here, more fields. And best part, there are trails that go around this field. There's an entry to the trail that side as well. We're going to ride there.
Ferries are still pretty common in Goa. You can drive your vehicle right onto them to get across a river and save quite a bit of time. This river again is the Zuari. There's a start to this trail right near the ferry boarding point, but today the gate is closed, so we're just going to turn around and ride the trail near the old bridge instead. Today we're riding this bit, but if you cross a few gates and the road in between, you can ride this entire loop, a whopping 6 kilometers of prime scenic trail. If it's been raining, some parts will be very mucky. If you slow down for a bit, this and the Curtorim fields are fantastic locations for bird watching. I've managed to see everything from the common egrets and kingfishers to ibis and massive storks, and we're talking hundreds of birds. Unfortunately, no good pictures.
So if you could pick only one bike to ride in Goa, I would probably pick a road bike, because 90% of the roads I've ridden are butter smooth and they're in great condition. Even as you head into the villages, there's hardly any traffic, especially compared to cities like Pune, and it really is a rider's paradise. I don't know, I'm going to go back to everyday riding in Pune after this. But if you have an MTB like I do, it does give you some serious flexibility. Like, look at the rides that we did today. Rode through a field, rode up a gravel climb that I'm sure I wouldn't be able to do on pretty much any other kind of bike. And it even makes riding on the beach a whole lot easier. Look at this. Now, I've been riding the Outdoors 91 Panther 27.5. It's a steel framed MTB, and as you can see, it's been well ridden. I've ridden it for about 500 kilometers, maybe 30 to 40 hours on the bike, and so far I've had no issues. You know, just lube it, pump up the tires, and it's been ready to go all day, every day. The only complaint maybe is that the seat has started fraying a bit, but that hasn't affected the comfort at all. Now, on prior trips to Goa, I had been riding a hybrid, and I'm quite happy to have an MTB this time because it has opened up a whole bunch of new route ideas, routes that I would never have ridden otherwise. If you're interested in a full review of the Panther, go watch this video and be sure to subscribe to see more rides I'll be doing with this bike here in Goa. Until next time, keep exploring.